Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode number 4 on Méchet. Now, nothing much has changed since last episode, except we put down a silo to buy our lime on the farm. That's all. I didn't do anything else. We finished off our lime spreading in the grass field and that's done. That's all sorted. We haven't done any of the rest of the fields. We finished the ploughing up at the grass field up in the, let's just say at the farmhouse. That's done. And we need to get lime on all the fields before we get our crops in. Whoa. I'm not doing a very good job of reversing this. Hold on, zoom in. You're too far out. I find that I tend to reverse too quick when I'm way up in the air. Yeah, we're just putting this down. It is cheaper than driving all the way down to the silo down below. There you go, €809. So, plan for this episode is to get some crops in the fields. So we have 26 and 27. They're going to be grain crops. 54 is going to be some type of grass feed crop, and number 61 is also going to be Alfalfa or something like that again, another grass feed crop. Let's visit this for a minute. Yeah, I didn't do the lime on any of them. The only one that has lime is our number 15, sorry. Yeah, that's the only one we done. We took care of that. Other than that, we haven't really done anything major on the farm. We've done nothing actually, to be honest with you. We've done nothing apart from finish off the ploughing on the fields, and that's it. Just kind of getting ready to get going, doing other bits and pieces, and lime going down is probably the first job. And to have the silo on the farm, it's cheaper. It's half the price nearly that it is at the lime station, which is down as the cheapest on the map. So even at that wasn't great value. The actual price we're paying for it now is ever so slightly lower than what you would by buying the 2,000 litre pallet from the store. So we kind of just this series isn't about being all serious price wise and money wise and everything else, and we're not in it to watch every penny and all that. We're not going to use any major cheats or anything like that, but we still want to get lime at a decent price, so we're not spending all our money just on lime and fertiliser and seed and that. So I'm just going to get this done, then I'm going to get these fields sown. Had to think about it since the last episode, what way I'm going to proceed. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get crop rotation done for these fields. Any fields with grain crops in them. Decided not to include root crops or the likes of cotton and stuff like that in the crop rotation for the grain crops. Just going to keep that down. I'm going to keep them around here, like corn and that and stuff like that will be in it. I'm going to run a script on ChatGPT and get it to pick random crops for these two fields. I'm also going to run a script between the grass field up at the cow or the sheep barn to pick between the three crops, which is alfalfa, clover and grass, to go into the sheep barn to be dried and turned into hay. And then on the field down here over behind the barn, I'm going to see what the best crops are for silage on those fields, and I'm going to run with whatever it recommends for that. Them fields will be permanent. Whatever it picks the first time will go in. If it needs to be re-sown or it needs to be left in there, it'll go in. And then I clicked on the wrong line. I was wondering why it was going the way it was. It doesn't matter. They'll be left, and if it is a crop that needs to be re-sown, well, that'll be re-sown in the same crop again for the following year. Say we get silage maize or something like that that needs to be replanted each year. Well, so be it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to plant it. And we're going to keep them. When we assign our feed fields, they're going to be kept as feed fields. Grain crops will rotate. I do a 6-year rotation plan on them. Hopefully down the road we will have somewhere to have our root crops, kind of assign another farm or another area where we keep them all together and we work it that way. And that's what I intend to do as I move forward. So no more contracts to be done in this day until we move forward into the 2nd of September. We've done our 5 contracts in the last episode, which was the beginning of this month. It's going to be a little bit slow progress for the months just at the start until we get the farm up and running fully. The other thing I was thinking about too is we don't have any loans, but we'll allow ourselves to take a loan if we need to take a loan. I did look at the possibility, or did talk about the possibility of doing the snail production. There's a few other things you need for it to do. You need a crop to actually mix with the limestone, which you have to buy to make the feed for the snails. You have the lettuce greenhouse on site. You can also use that to do garlic if you need it for doing the production with the snails to give you more money. Of course, you're going to cook snails more or less. So you need garlic and butter for them. So with that, you need a dairy because you need milk from the cows to be turned into butter and so on and so on. So there's going to be a lot of change in the productions and things like that going forward. That will keep it interesting. The equipment I have at the moment, I'm going to stick with just for now. Once we get everything sown, planted, this end of it, we might upgrade the planter or the seeder. I haven't used that seeder before. There is other ones there in the second-hand market I could use. A direct drill without the disc harrow on the front of it. I might have a look. I'm going to try and use something I haven't used before. I won't be using the Momentum one because I've used that several times before. Just to try pick other stuff that I haven't used before. As I said, the options are there for a loan to finance the stuff. Don't want to be taking massive big loans. I prefer to use the loan if I was taking the loan out to actually maybe buy the snail farm, buy another field up beside it or something like that. The other thing I'm interested in is the wood production for the firewood. It's $38,000 to buy the production. Then you need a forestry plot. So cheapest forestry plot, I think there's one up there. It's up near enough that it's $57,000, I think. But then they're not lodgepole pine trees. They're difficult trees to harvest. That's probably the best way of putting it. And transporting them and that is going to be difficult enough. So there'll be a bit of work involved in that. A lot of that will be done off camera rather than spending hours keeping you in for like a full episode, 40 minutes long or whatever. We're just doing forestry work. We'll do some of it and do the ancillary work around it when we produce firewood. We'll need to get a small truck or something to deliver. It's not going to be delivering it with a tractor. That'll take forever to drive around the map. I've no idea what size the pallets are around like that until we actually get that far and start producing it. But we have so many options. And that's what I kind of like about this map. There's no rush to get everything done, and it's just nice to progress and get things done at a more normal pace. Like that's what I said, like I expect September to last another probably 2 episodes after this one. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. But anyway, we'll upgrade the equipment as well. We'll keep what we can. When I say upgrade, I'd like to get, there's one particular John Deere I want to get. Probably keep what we have and just trying it. It is cheap enough. It's a mod. And just go with that and just do it that way. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of options down the road to progress. And as I said, the primary option in this episode is just to get the lime on the field and then get the grass fields taken care of. When I say grass, I mean the feed fields for the animals. Get them taken care of first, and then we'll see how it goes when we move on. So with that in mind, I better get stuck in, shut up and do a bit of work because I've rambled on now for the best part of 10 minutes, just to give you an outline of what we're doing and where we intend to go. And of course, I had to keep you in until I run into a tree. It wouldn't be the same. Like, it wouldn't be the same if I wasn't running into things. But anyway, I'll bring you back in a little bit. I'm going to get these limed up and we'll get the seeder on the back of the John there and we'll start getting some seeds in the ground. The lime is all done. It didn't take long. I was just looking to see how much this tractor was to upgrade. I don't think I will bother. It's too expensive. I put in a diesel tank. 3,000 litres in it. Bought and paid for a diesel tank in. Save us driving off looking for... I didn't spot one around the farm. You know what'll happen now? I'll drive somewhere and I'll spot a diesel tank. I would just put up beside the workshop. We need to get the seeder on the back of this now. And yeah, we're going to get our grass feed crops in the field now. Just 1 second. I don't know how much seed is left in this, but there should be enough. Yeah, I would like slightly wider planter seeder, if you know what I mean. I'll use this one for the time being. Do I need my weight? I probably do, and I don't know where it is. It should be beside me. It's a fairly heavy piece of equipment. The weight is... There it is. Yeah, I think we need the weight. What do you think? Even at that, I think this tractor's a bit light. Anyway, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at this crop rotation. I did actually run it in between the last clip and this. And we have our crop rotation for the two fields, 26 and 27, and our two grass-based fields. Now, we have a look at it here. Field 26 needs winter wheat, so that has to go in now. 27 needs canola, that has to go in now. I was kind of hoping I'd get a spring, summer barley or something like that I could put in oilseed radish, but no, that didn't happen. Then we'll move on to our grass fields, which is the one beside us is 54, and that did come up as silage maize. You can see the options I gave them. The one down here for 54, I gave it the option silage maize, green rye and meadow grass. 61, I gave the options of grass, clover and alfalfa. So what is given us up at 61 up beside the sheep is alfalfa. So then we can put that into the sheep barn and we can turn that into hay. So that's them taken care of. You can see the list of the crops for field 26 and 27, grain-based crops, 6-year cycle. And at some stages during that, there is opportunities to put in, to put in oilseed radish and stuff like that to get or a cover crop, even the other cover crop and that. So we'll do a separate one for root crops when we have fields for root crops down the road. We'll do the same thing again. And the likes of, the reason I'm reluctant to do cotton at the moment is because of the cost of the harvest or even to lease. You need quite a few fields to get your money back on it, but it is an option for down the road on the map. The rice is off the cards, to be honest, purely through the deformation that it makes on the land to actually make a rice field. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. So, with that in mind, we've got to get, what are we doing? Silage maize. Now, let's go back and see those are actual planter do silage maize. This one probably doesn't. Okay, let's switch on to the seeder and then we can change what's in it. Does it do silage maize? It doesn't. No. Okay, so we need to drop our planter off. We're going to do the field down here first. Or seeder off, sorry. I'll just drop it here. There's no point in to drop this off. I need to make sure I'm on this. Lower it down, drop it off. Otherwise it'll drop the seeder off the back on its own. And we get the planter, which obviously does silage maize. I'll have to fill it too. I said, we'll keep these for now. Not going to get the momentum one because the momentum one does everything. No need for a separate planter and seeder. So, oh, this takes fertiliser. Ah. Okay, let's just check. Silage maize. Silage maize. So we can put fertiliser in this from our silo and get to planting that crop up here. Now I have to remember to do what I forgotten several times using this is to unfold it and spread it out the full width. Using this Amazon planter, this has happened to me a few times where I've done a whole field and then realised I didn't actually open it fully. So solid fertiliser, and there you go, we're good to go. Ooh, that was dear enough, although I suppose it's not really when you do a full comparison. So fold, unfold, there we go. And let's get some lines on. Drop it down, turn her on, get the line. Oh, it can't be planted in September. Aha, now we're in trouble. You see, you're with me and we're learning. Let's see, when the silage maize go in. You never thought checking that. I know we're okay with the other ones. Silage maize is... We missed it. We can't do it in next April. You know what? We're going to put Oilseed Radish in there then. Okay. It goes in April. So we could effectively put grass in here for now. And then plant our silage maize in and get a cut of grass off it. And go do that. Because we can do the bales and wrap them. I'm not going to leave the field lying idle. Or will I put radish in it? You know what? I'll put radish in it. Yeah. Yeah, we put Oilseed Radish in it. And then we can get a cut off it anyway before we re-sow it in April. Okay, so we're learning. Still learning. Need to switch on to the back one to change to Oilseed Radish before I start putting the wrong crop in. Slowly before I go past it again. There we go. And yeah, that's kind of what we got going on now. We wanted a crop that we could put in Oilseed Radish, and we got a crop. Unbeknown to ourselves. I know it. Grass would make sense in that it give us a field of a crop that we could actually make use of. Lower down. Then we need to move back and turn on that one. And we're off. We're getting this in. Okay. Oilseed Radish going in here. Well, I've even forgot. Alfalfa up the top field. It was, yeah. I'll get this knocked out. I'll bring you back when I get up to the top field. Seeding's going okay in the Alfalfa field. Struggling a little bit on the hill, as I knew this tractor would anyway. Decent enough hill, you see. So it is going to be a bit of a struggle. Even if I was up at the full power, I think it would still struggle a little bit going up. Throttle that back a bit. Just have it set so that when I turn, it doesn't go racing off when I lift it up. There we go. I had it on 20, but 20 was a little bit faster last time. So I have a little bit to do over the far side. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't need rolling. I would have thought I would have had to roll this, but maybe not with Alfalfa. I'll know when I do the canola and winter wheat if there is rolling issues. So that'll be our first, although we did roll. Yeah, no, we did roll our grass. That's why I'm kind of wondering why there's no rolling on this. Just jump out again. Just need to see. It's not telling me it needs rolling. So we'll find out anyway. It'll take another bit to get this done. I'm at this probably longer than the other field because of the hill. Ideally going cross and back, okay, to be more lengths to do, but it would be quicker. But I started this way, so I just kept going. There was no point in switching the lines across the other way once I had done quite a few runs up and down the fields. Done the headlands just to give me room to turn. Yep, won't take long. Probably, yeah, we're looking at 15:37. We have a bit of time to get one of the other fields done anyway. There's no rush on it because we still have another 2 days left in this month. But for now, I'll just work away and just get this field wrapped up and get back down to the main farm. Back down to the main farm after getting the Alfalfa done, and there was enough time left in the day to get the canola in here. I'm putting the right crop in the field. We're field number 26 here. Is it? I better check. I didn't even check. I now have my crop rotation done. Field number 27. Field number 27 is canola. Yeah, I got it right. I had a feel. I thought it'd be typical now. I would have started off in the wrong one. So we get our canola in here. And then we'll get our winter wheat into the other fields. Across the other way. Yeah, on the snail production, I'm not sure. I know it takes either winter or summer barley or wheat. I'm not sure which it does. There's a couple of different combinations. I briefly seen it somewhere. I haven't actually. I don't think. Let me get this on the line. Okay. Now, are we going? We are, yeah, because he'll go slowly up the hill. Is it in the help menu? Where is the help menu? Help menu, help menu. Here we go. Help menu. This is absolutely brilliant for snail farming. There we go. And I went on to great production. Scroll. Oats, spring wheat, spring barley, sorghum. Okay, back before we end up in the ditch. We do have, what have we got? I think we've winter wheat and spring wheat. Winter wheat, spring wheat. So we have wheat anyway. So I done a quick tot up to see. When will I get this on? You know what? Let's stop it for a second. Done a quick tot up to see if we were to buy. We don't actually need. I was thinking we needed 3 fields. We don't. If we bought this, if we only need one product, we'd only need 1 field. So this is 187. And say we bought, how much is the field beside it? Field beside it's 135. It's fairly big. But say this one here is 92. Yeah. So that'd be 200 and whatever. 200 and... Hey, it's bad doing maths when you're trying to do it live. Say 300 grand would get us up and running with a field up there as well and a few other bits and pieces to go on the farm. You know, a small tractor maybe with a loader or a forklift or something like that. We need to get, of course, a water bowser up there to top up the greenhouses. I don't know how much they'd use or how quick they'd use it. If I was to get a loan, take a loan. Oh, it's giving me 1.5 million or 1 point. So say 300,000 over 3 years. It'd be 8,000 a month. Okay, when I'm not driving, we'll have a look at it. We could actually get over a shorter period or borrow 500,000 over 3 years, and that'll give us money to do other things as well. You know what? I'm not even going to do that until I get to the end of. We get into next day. We got another 5 contracts to do, which will give us another boost in income. And the contracts are already going to be there. So let's have a look. We'll see what could we possibly do. There is quite a few cultivation contracts there. Now, they won't give us huge money, but they'll give us, enough money to cover our loan if we take one. Harvesting spinach. You can take the equipment to do the likes of them things. Harvesting green beans, fairly big field. Must deliver 46,000. That's not bad. It's 11 acres. It's a big field. But it's a nice chunk of change. Mowing, we done mowing last time. We're going to stay away from them. They were done in the last episode, which we just started this month. Spraying, we ain't got a sprayer yet. Stone picking, grass tethering, we have a tether. We've options. We do have options. And I don't need to rush and get it done in this episode, but I'm just looking at what our options would be if we wanted to do the snails. It would be a case of borrowing 500,000 and we'll get the wood, firewood production going as well. But we need to buy a plot. We're going to jump into the map again. The cheapest one is this one here beside it. No, there is a cheaper one somewhere else. It's up here. Here, that one there, I think 95,000. So we're looking at, and it's 38 for the wood production. So we're looking at 140,000 there, about say 150 for that, and 300,000. Yeah, if we went with 500,000 of a loan, we could get 2 productions up and running. Now, generally, when I'm doing any sort of a challenge series, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't borrow the money to do that, but this is different. We want to explore the productions on the map, and there's no point in waiting months and months and months, so maybe that's what we'll do. So what I'll do, I'll continue on. I'll get this field, and the next field's sown. Depends on the time. I might get that done today as well. The one beside us with the winter wheat. And they'll still have to be rolled, they still have to be fertilised, but we can get this much done today before we move on to the next day. We can send the worker off in one of the tractors to do the other, a few contracts and get a bit of money in, and maybe we might have our mind made up by the end of this episode. Maybe not. We might have our mind made up and we'll keep it until the next episode before we actually take out the loan and that. So for now, I'll just knuckle down and get these 2 fields wiped out, get them sown. There'll still be, as I said, fertilisation and rolling to be done after. Well, this is it. This is our winter crops in the field. We got our canola in and our wheat. We've got our alfalfa in up at the other farm. So what we have to do is get these 2 fields rolled and fertiliser spread on them. Not going to do it today. Going to save that for the second day in September. Yeah, I'm happy to get to the end of it. With no rain, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. I don't think I've missed any. That's why I like having the lime on the field, because you can see then if you're actually missing anything. No, there's no gaps there anywhere. Everything looks good. Yeah, we need to just get our rolling done and get our fertiliser spread. And happy days, happy days. Right, I'm going to bring this back up to the machine shed or the repair garage, whatever you want to call it, and get the tractor and the hoe and the seeder all washed up. Must remember to do the weight. I always forget the weight. And refill this tractor with diesel. We've used almost half a tank of diesel. So, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good going. moved on to the 2nd of September, and we've actually moved on today because it was raining just up until a couple of minutes ago. Need to get our fields fertilised. I have it all ready to go, with everything set up, more or less. And we can do a few contracts as well. I had a quick run through now. Money's gone down. I'll go through it with you now in a second. Yeah, money's gone down. We filled the fertiliser spreader with solid fertiliser, and we put the Azera Compact on this tractor because we actually need it. I've gone through the contracts now. They might have changed a bit because I moved forward. We're allowed 5. I'm going to accept that one. We'll have the equipment for that ourselves. Now, these aren't going to be done straight away. Now, I'm going to take the equipment for that. Just want a bit of variety. Don't want to do mowing. Might end up doing one. Ploughing. 6,000. We'll take that. On equipment. And that will do for now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the fertiliser spread on the fields because there's only the 2. We have the Azera Compact on now, so we're good to go. I have the tractor over there and just going to throw an AI worker into that and let it roll the fields once I'm finished. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the crop sensor. We have automatic activated. Low slider, no, we want the slider open. Select that line, press go and turn on, drop down. Here we go. And bring up the map. There you go. We're getting fertilization done here. Yeah, I'm going to get the 2 of these done. Then I'm going to throw the worker on to do the rolling. I'm going to get started on that contract for the green beans. I may put a worker on the actual harvester, just leave it, go off and do some of the other contracts. And we get our 5 done and we'll get wrapped up for today. Don't know whether we'll actually include the 3rd day in September in this. It might just be contracts anyway. The only question I have now is, let me stop that for a minute now. It should stop. I just have a query as to our meadow up here. Let's visit it. Now, it's saying the grass is ready to harvest. I'm wondering if I cut this and bale it up, do they lose all their meadow? You know what, I'm willing to give it a chance, so that's something else I'm going to do today. Just to see, does it actually, do they lose their meadow, or can I bale that up? Now, if I do cut it, I'm just going to cut grass. I'm going to bale it for silage beds. Out of curiosity more than anything else. So we'll see what happens. But we've got quite a full day's work ahead of us. I'm going to get stuck in and get a lot of it done off camera. I'll bring you back from time to time because I don't really want the episode to be going an hour plus long. I want to keep it to around the 40 minutes if I can. Yeah, quite happy the way things have gone so far in this, shall we say, sowing season. We're getting our winter crops in and we're good to go with everything else. And the animals, the only thing I'm looking at with the cows in there, they seem to eat a lot of food. I had to give them 2 more bales. Now, I can't remember, did I only give them 1 bale? I think I might have only given them 1 bale starting off, so that may not be a big issue. The other thing is we don't have a lot of hay left as regards hay bales. I think we'd 10 in total, so we'll go through them pretty quick. So maybe if the other meadow I can do that in silage, that's not bad. That'll supplement them as well. But anyway, I'm going to get this 2 fields fertilised, get the roller going with an AI worker, and get some of the other jobs done as well. Better get the money rolling back in since we spent some. You know what to say about best laid plans and all like that. Everything went by the wayside. Oh, I need to quit out of the game and come back in. My screens are all gone. It doesn't matter. It just does that sometimes. Once you come back in, it'll be perfect. Sometimes you get there's our target, the snail farm. Yeah, best laid plans. I thought, I'll stick a worker on the green bean harvest and let them do it. Off you go. Thank you. And I will do other bits and pieces like the ploughing and that, and maybe cut the grass in our field. Is he off and running? He is, yeah. But as I said, best laid plans. What happened? Field worked. Worker can't find the field. So I'm going to have to do this myself. So be it. You know, I haven't done it. A big green bean harvest in a while. You start it off and then it just let's just try it again. Let's just see. Right, it's found it. And try once more. No, there we go. Okay, I'm doing this myself. So I'll be jumping around, moving people from place to place and doing things like that all day now. I guess I'm coming in over the ditch. I'll just have to do this. Look, it's big enough field. I'm kind of regretting it already now, but in for a penny, in for a pound, it's worth 17 grand plus whatever we get off the field. So, yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse. If I can do full headland without this being full, which should be a possibility, I'd be more than happy then just pottering away and doing this. Just got to, what I'd intended to do, and I had the mowers on the John Deere. What I'd intended to do was to have a look at our meadow up in there to go and cut this and start on that. But, you know, it's done now. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll just have to get this done. I can put a worker on the plough, and I can, then if I pick another contract, I did do fertilisation contract on one of the fields. Just up from us, it's complete now because I had the fertilised spreader on the back, so that's done. That was only up, literally up from the farm, 2 fields up. So I just got that out of the way. I just said, right, let's do that, since we had fertiliser in the spreader and we had it on the back of the tractor. So I'll crack on with this. It's going to take a bit of time. I don't mind if it takes most of the day in time to do it. It will, realistically, it's probably going to take about an hour, maybe in real time, to actually do it. But yeah, it is what it is. It's worth 17,000. The money's not going to come that easy. I was just hoping I could stick a worker on it and go and do other stuff, but you know what? Can't back out now. All right, everybody, almost finished this green bean contract. It took a bit of time, as I said it would anyway. And we got getting it all in the one trailer. I think that was the main reason I decided to do it, because I knew I wasn't going to be driving back and forth all the time. So we're going to get this last couple of runs into the trailer, and I'll bring you back when I get up to the sell point. When we go and deliver it, and we see what we get out of it. All the other contracts are all finished. We still have one to do on this day. I did cut the grass in our meadow field, and I put a worker windrow in it, and they seem to have finished it. Mind you, I didn't get a worker blocked by object notification, so I assume they finished it. Otherwise, they'd be stuck in a fence or a hedge or something like that. Let's just jump over it. The ploughing's finished. Let's see. Yeah, you did finish it. Now, there's probably no log grass in it, but I'll get that baled up and wrapped. I'm going to make silage maize out of it. Now, get that cruise control on again, because we're just sauntering up and down the field. It's now doing the full speed going up the field. It was slowing down to 7 and 6 sometimes when we were going the full length over the far side. I done the headlands first. I added in a load of headlands. I don't know how many headlands have I got. 11. I put 11 headlands in. I just kept doing the headlands because straight off the bat I could make 4 full headlands and the trailer, it wasn't full. So it was great for just going around and around and around and then emptying. And I haven't actually moved the tractor from when I pulled it into the field the first time. I've managed to get fairly close by every single time. When it was nearly full, I'd just come down the outside or whatever and just scrape off a bit off the outside or whatever just to fill it up, and then just come down and start another lineup. Anyway, I'll get this all loaded up and get to the sell point, and let's see how much we make. It won't be an awful lot, but it'll be something. I just down to the delivery point. So let's see. Trigger, there we go. We're far enough out just so that it doesn't catch. Ah, yeah, we're grand. It's I thought it was a tipping trailer, it's not. It won't be an awful lot on this. Oh, it won't be a lot. 7,116 plus 246. So I told a lie when I said there won't be an awful lot on this. Pretty good. And we're going to park that there, and we're going to go and get our tractor, and we're going to bring it home. Yeah, there's a cultivation contract in that field behind us there, but the cultivator's not here. We have to go back and get it. That's probably the last one we're going to do. And then we're just going to bale up our grass and see how many silage beds we get. Probably just leave them sitting on the field. Trailer's gone back anyway, we haven't got it, so. Anyway, yeah, pretty good amount of work. Nice bit of money coming in from that. Let me just get this last contract done, get our silage bales baled up, and then we'll collect them. We still have 1 day left to go, so more contracts to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually clear the contracts out and let them reload when I move forward, because I'm using the Better Contracts mod, which allows you to clear them. And I just go do that, clear them out, let them reload, see what's there to do the last 5 on the last day. And yeah, I'm going to actually do them off camera. But let me get this first bit done and dusted first, and then I'll bring you back in before we close out the episode. Almost there. I put a worker on this and I went and baled up the grass bales. I forgot we haven't got a wrapper, but I'll get a wrapper anyway. Yeah, probably do a wrapping contract next month or two and lease a wrapper so that we can do our own bales and wrap them up. We'll look out for a round baler with a wrapper on the back in the second-hand market if it comes up. We're going to just stick with the round bales for now. Rain is back. Almost finished, 95%. I thought, looking at what's left, I thought we'd be nearly there, but however. Yeah. So we've another day left to go, and that means 5 more contracts. I'll collect the money as soon as I finish this field, and we'll see what we get up to. We're on 23,681 now. There will be some charges coming out at the top of the hour for the worker that was on this field. Or it actually would have came out of the money, but it just shows it at the end of the hour exactly what it was. It's gas, this field is where our house is. I can go in and have my dinner now when I finish this. Yeah, I'll collect the money. I have 1 more day worth of contracts to go. As I said, I'm going to clear them all out because I can do that I can actually do that now. Let's clear them all out. There you go, they're all gone. And we're completed that one now as well. We have, yeah, just bang on time. We've completed that one as well. So we'll knock the tractor off there and let's go in and let's collect. So we're up to 58,700. That is not bad. You know, that's not bad. You don't have access to this land. I know I don't. We still have 1 day of contracts to go. Plans moving ahead. 2 plans for next month when we move ahead. If we've any more work to do on our own land, which we don't with regards to fields unless we buy more land. But I'm going to have a think about it between now and the start of the next episode. I feel better parked on my own farm. Let's go in out of the rain. The plan is next month to actually, where's our TV? Let's go and put on Farming Simulator. Have a play while we're waiting. Going to start. We're going to buy the snail farm. We'll buy a field up here around it somewhere. We're going to buy the firewood production, which is this one here. No, that one there. So we're going to buy that. We could actually buy that now. It's 38,000. We're going to buy that. We're going to buy smallest forestry plot we can buy is this one here. It's 95. And we're going to buy the equipment we need to run the forestry and that work up there. I need a coffee after all that work. There you go. We're able to borrow. We can take a loan. There's no problem taking a loan. Now, what I need to do is decide how much we're going to borrow. Probably here now I'm thinking I'm going to borrow 500,000 over 3 years with the aims of paying it back. But I'm going to keep track. That money is going to be borrowed primarily to set up the snail farm and the firewood. But I'm going to keep track of the income from both of them, the outgoings and everything we need to buy, and the income from them. And just to see how long it takes us to make back that 500,000. I'm going to try put all the 500,000 into up there if it means buying an extra field I don't really need or whatever. I'll see what crops I need to produce the snail food and whatever. Yeah, the other thing I'm thinking of doing for a little bit of realistic gameplay on it to a certain degree is regards storage. I want to put down, if it'll fit on the yard, I want to put down one of the refrigerated, this one. There's only $2,000. I want to put down one of them. But that'll be up at the snail farm we do buy it. The reasons why I want to jump forward to the snail farm is we need to just go through the productions that are on the map. It's not a real serious have to earn every penny kind of like didn't start off with a loan or anything like that. So we'll take a loan to move forward with some of the productions that we see what they do, and I can go through the episodes, maybe do something new in each one and we see how it works and how much money can be made from it and stuff like that, just to keep it interesting going forward. But anyway, episode 4 is done and dusted. It's been enjoyable as the rest of them. I know it's repeating stuff I've done on other maps and everything else, but there's always that new invigorated attack when you start on a new map, when you're doing anything. I have to say I'm enjoying driving around the map and finding my way around. I really love it. I'm really looking forward to the productions on the map and seeing what's there, what the way it works and everything else. As I'm sure everyone is that is playing it or even watching along to see what's different, because it is a fantastic looking map. So for now, until next time, as per usual, all that's left for me to do is to say goodbye for now until the next time. But if you're still here and you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And please feel free to leave a comment. And I don't know whether I mentioned it earlier in the episode, but thanks a million to all the new subscribers. And of course, all the old ones who keep coming back again and giving me great support on the channel. I really appreciate it. So until next time, it's goodbye from me until then. Until episode number 5. Bye-bye.